Hello, I'm Jesse Ice of AHS-TV, and in this episode of Best of the Nest, we're taking a closer look at how AHS has prepared students for life after high school. We are first going to take a look at the student's perspective. We are talking with the junior, Allie Panchik, and senior, Harper Volk from AHS to get a hawk's eye view. Welcome to Best of the Nest. Could you introduce yourself for your viewers?
Hello, I'm Harper Volk. I'm a senior at AHS.
Hi, I'm Allie Panchik. I'm a junior here at AHS.
How are you doing today, Harper?
I'm great. It's been a solid morning.
That's good. How about you? How's your day going?
It's been a normal morning, just a normal school morning.
Are you planning on going to college after high school, Harper?
I am, yeah.
What college?
Right now it's Pitt Greensburg, and then I'm going to try to transfer to the main campus after my first semester.
Why would you want to go to that college, and is there a certain reason, or?
Mostly just for the major I'm going into. It's one of the best for it. I've got family and friends going there, so it would be a good opportunity.
I plan on going to college after high school. I don't really know that much of where I'm going and stuff, but I hope to go to BC3 for 2 years and then transfer to IUP or something.
Yeah, what makes you interested in BC3 and then going to IUP?
Probably to save money in the smarter kind of way.
Yeah, those are the cheaper ones.
Yeah.
What are you planning on going to college for?
Right now I plan on going into marketing.
If you weren't going to college, what would you plan to do instead?
More than likely, I would join the workers' union.
Right. There's a lot of fields in the workers' union.
Yeah,
There's a lot of money.
Yeah, it would be.
Allie, what about you? What are you planning on doing?
I plan on going for marketing as well, like a Harper. If I wasn't going to college, I haven't really thought about it that much. I just plan on going to college for schooling of some sort, business.
Hey, Harper, how long you wanted to pursue that career inside marketing and stuff?
I was interested in law for about 2 years, and I did a lot of studies of it, but recently, within the last year, I transitioned out of wanting that because of conversations with people who work in that field and family who works in that field. They put me on to marketing, and they convinced me that it would be a much better field for me, especially with how I am.
Allie, how long did you want to go into that for?
I've wanted to go in for marketing for about roughly a year and a half. But I'm not ground set on marketing. I do just I want to go for business, straight business. I'm open to other ideas. My family has taught me other things that I'm still looking into. So.
Do you feel like AHS has made your decision in any way? Help it?
They have a class for marketing. I didn't take it because it's hard to fit that into the schedule.
Right.
I wouldn't say they have influenced my choice to go to marketing. My choice to go to law, they definitely influenced that. I had a lot of, convincing from classes that I was in, and that helped out a lot. But generally for marketing, I think that was mostly an independent decision.
How about you, Allie? Do you think AHS has prepared you for oh, I want to do this, I want to do that?
Yeah, I really do, because especially with this class, I am more on the editing side, and with marketing, you really have to advertise. And I feel that's really helped me. And like Harper said, they do have a class here, but I just haven't taken it. Might take it my senior year for but I haven't taken that course.
Now it's time for the big question. Do you think has AHS prepared you for life after high school?
I think so. I think the way that they have students interact. I think the way they structure their classes, there is a way, there is something to say for the way they prepare you for class, for life outside of school. Do I feel that it's as much as a college would, or it's as much as just getting out and starting work? Probably not. But I think we do a pretty good job of helping students get ready for life outside of school.
How about you, Allie? Do you think AHS has prepared you enough?
I 100% agree. And I think they have, in a way. There's so many classes here at AHS that can prepare you for outside. But I feel like Harper said, to add on to it, college is a whole different experience. Outside life, you have a whole different perspective.
Right.
And I feel some things in high school just don't prepare you for that enough.
Yeah.
So you just have to step outside of your comfort zone sometimes. And but I think high school does really contribute to that.
Right. Yeah. So any classes that have helped you get there? Because you talked about the marketing class, but you said you didn't take it.
Yeah, I think the history and government classes are really, one of our brightest fields.
Right.
They've helped me learn a lot about the world, and how, government and, things in the past have worked a lot. Economics is a very important one for most people,
Yeah,
I think.
can imagine, 'cause, like, in the
Yeah,
same
that's one of the things that a lot of people I think may not appreciate at the time, but really will grow to learn the value
Yeah.
of.
How about you, Allie? You say you're planning on taking that marketing your senior year. So, like, is there any other classes that have, like, gone into that that's like, oh, I want to go to marketing, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Like, I like this class. Like, that really helps with that, in my opinion. But like Harper also said, like econ, I feel like that is like a big one too. Like, especially completing that like earlier in like your I finished as a junior,
Yeah.
so like it'll help going into like senior year and out of school.
Yeah, I still
so.
need to take econ, so it's a required class, but I feel like once I get it, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
You feel like Smart Futures has helped you at all?
I understand why some people may find that's helped.
Yeah.
For me, I think when I was doing it, I already had a lot figured out. I don't think it was as impactful as it could have been. I believe a way that it could help out a lot more is if you're required to do it like in 9th grade, like you finish it in 9th grade. I think that would be. I think that would help a lot more.
What do you think about Smart Futures?
See, me personally, I'm supposed to have it done by senior year, but I'm going to be so truthful, I've not started Smart
Yeah, I haven't
Futures
started
yet.
mine either. I still have like all the way from my freshman year up to
I haven't even looked at it. I don't even know where to find it. So I really do have to look into that. So I can't. I don't really know.
I feel like teachers need to sort of push us more to doing them. Because
Yeah.
I personally none of my homeroom teachers have ever been like, hey, go do your Smart Futures. I've always been like,
I
oh,
mean,
Smart Futures is a thing.
I know there's a certain day that you're supposed to do them, but I have no idea what day that is. So I'm going to need to start doing that, though.
And being a senior, I have almost gotten it completed, and it's just not meant for seniors. And having it be required to graduate is important, but at the point that almost everyone gets it done, it's not really helping that much.
Yeah, you think your fellow students would agree with you being like, it's.
Yeah, I think they're just. I think they would all agree that it could be helpful. It's just kind of not put in the right place to be helpful.
I feel like students, like such as myself, like being a student here, being a junior, like so close to my senior year, it's like I really don't see the point of Smart Futures because I feel like once you decide what you want to do, going through all these Smart Futures and stuff, it's just kind of a waste, I feel like. Because all these are prepared to like, oh, you want to do this, well, do this. But what if I want to do this, and it's not this, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think?
I agree. I 100% agree with that, yeah.
How do you feel the courses here at AHS have you like prepared you for college? 'Cause I know you said marketing and all that stuff, but how do you think it's gonna like help you with like math and stuff like that and really high scale college classes?
I feel like it depends on the teacher how well it will actually, get you ready for it. But generally, they all grow to, work with each other for years coming. So I feel like whatever math you go into in college will be directly based on how far you go in school. So I think everything leading up to it's probably helped out quite a bit. Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree. I think that especially like the more chem-related bio classes, those are obviously relate to the people that want to do like something in the nursing field or like the medical field outside of school. So that would benefit them. And like ones with math, like that math really goes with anything in life, really. Like if you're going for like numbers, like say you're going for like stuff at a bank. Like I feel like classes here really do help with the future. And I mean, I think they're good classes, like really valuable ones too.
Our own Alex Demore took the halls of AHS to get a student's perspective. Let's take a closer look at that.
Do you guys think Smart Futures has helped you prepare in any way for what you're wanting to do after high school?
I don't know if I would say that. I guess I have not taken economics because I'm a junior, so I don't know if they really cover taxes and stuff like that, but a class dedicated to that would maybe be good. I know they teach that in like consumer math, but I think something wholly dedicated would be an interesting topic.
Maybe some course that is less what do you want to do and more breaks down exactly what you like to see what kind of courses you could take that you would enjoy and how those classes could help you in the future instead of just like one broad question. It eases you in and helps you figure that out step by step.
No, I don't think so because I think it's animated like it's technology. It's not going to be accurate to what you think. Just because you put that you're interested in something, it's going to say that that's what you should do for the rest of your life. That doesn't mean that that's what you want to do. And like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like your interests will change throughout your high school
Yeah.
career, and you might decide like, oh, I don't like that career anymore, and you
Yeah.
want to choose something else.
Yeah, and I feel like it's very fixed. Like you select one thing, and then say you like math or something, it's gonna make you like an engineer or something.
After talking to the students here at AHS, we took the halls to get the teachers' opinions. Did you always know you wanted to be a teacher?
No, I didn't. I actually decided between interior design and also fashion design, and then I landed on family and consumer sciences.
Do you feel like when you left high school that you were pretty well prepared for the education that you wanted to go into?
Yes, I do. I believe I was a junior when I decided to be a teacher, and then I knew the field I wanted to go in, so I took every class I could in that field. And then I also took college and the high school classes, much like we offer here.
I graduated high school in 1997. It was pretty different back then, and the school I went to is very rural. Having said that, though, I treated my senior year as preparation for college. I know it's a pretty common thing for kids now to try to get the easiest schedule they can their senior year. Don't understand why you're giggling. But I went the opposite route. I took every single hard class that I could because I wanted to be ready for college.
And do you think the children doing the Smart Futures is helping them prepare them for their career?
So I only see the teacher side of the Smart Futures every day 3. Tell my kids to do it. I have mainly all seniors, so I do make sure that they are done. I have a couple of sophomores. So I personally haven't gone through the entire program other than seeing, as I'm glancing around the students, the various surveys they're doing and the career path options. I do like that we're holding students accountable, but I feel like maybe it could be taught in a slightly different way because I know my students are kind of dragging their foot on that.
Well, we have Smart Futures that we try to have the students do during our activity or seminar periods. And one of the things with it is it's supposed to be a nice catalog to explore your interests, to be able to upload different files, to really try to build a bit of a portfolio for yourself. And that is supposed to be beneficial for you.
So truthfully, I don't know a whole lot about it because I only have one English class and they're 9th graders, so that's not like on the top of their radar per se. From what I do know about it and from what I understand about it, it's never a bad idea to be connecting what you're doing in class to what it actually means or could potentially mean, and I understand that's what Smart Futures ultimately is for, but aside from that, I really couldn't speak to it much.
Do you think AHS is preparing their students well for like the programs they want to go into in the career they're planning on choosing?
I think so for the students that are deciding early enough, then they can take the careers. I know I just was talking to one of my students, she wants to be a teacher, and I was like, ugh, do I have you in child development 1, 2, 3, or 4? And I don't. So if we can just get the kids to figuring out what path they want to take, then we can totally hook them up with the classes for sure.
And do you think there would be anything like that we could add to better the curriculum to help the students like be more prepared for what they want to do?
Well, there's always the opportunity to add more classes within the courses that we currently teach. I really think it's important, though, that students have something in the realm of personal finance, that students are looking actively at what they want to do for their future career or for a future occupation. That way that they feel more confident when they graduate that they have a goal they're working towards.
All right, thank you, and have a nice rest of your day.
We're all searching for opportunity, a challenge. Here, asking what if, what's possible, is the mindset. Welcome to the Oak Grove at IUP, where big-time research opportunities are for the many, not just the few. And world-renowned professors ignite ambitions. Search here, and there's no telling how far you'll grow. Get in the Grove at IUP.
For those just joining us, I'm Jesse Ice of AHS-TV, and I'm here joined today by Mrs. Zablocki and Ms. Fellis to talk about students being prepared for high school. How are you guys doing today?
Doing very well. Thank you, Jesse.
Good. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Did you know you wanted to go to college before you left high school?
I did because my mother told me she said that she has 3 sons. The older 2 just went straight to the workforce. She never had a son go to college, so I was the last one left, Jesse.
You just got thrown there.
I was thrown into it,
college
and I said okay. So.
How are you guys, fellas? You think?
Yeah, I knew I wanted to go to college. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, and I knew that required a degree, so I knew that's where I was headed.
Do you know what majors you guys wanted to get before you went to college? major in history, psychology, whatever?
I knew I wanted to be in the education field.
Right.
I knew that for sure. One of the things that kind of happened to me was why I became a guidance counselor later on after I was a history teacher, was because my guidance counselor didn't work with me the way I was hoping he would. So I got mad and I went back to school after I became a teacher to become a guidance
You
counselor.
fill that role and be like, I told you.
Yeah. Hey, he's actually a good friend of mine today. So, but I don't blame him for it. It was just, it's a learning thing.
So, what do you want to major in college?
Yeah, I had an idea. I had it narrowed down to like an area, but I knew I had to do some exploration once I got to college and make that decision my senior year, what I was exactly going to do. Yeah.
Like how many times did you guys like change your ideas? Like, oh, I want to be a teacher. Oh, I want to be a doctor. Well, actually, did you like always be set like I want to go to education? Like that's it.
Yeah. My senior year of college, I shadowed. Like we ask our students to do. I shadowed. I talked to a few people in a couple different fields, and I explored some programs that I thought I might be interested in, and then I made a decision to be a school counselor.
I knew I wanted to be in the education field. I went to London Pivot Tech. I graduated with drafting and design program. I thought I wanted to be a draftsman. One of my teachers that I had at Ford City High School, Armstrong Central High School, Carlo Ciappelli, it was my favorite class, was drafting, visual communications. I should have gone to school to be a shop teacher, but
Too late.
My second favorite thing was history. It was a long story regarding that, but education was always something that I wanted to be a teacher. It didn't matter what I taught. I enjoy
you just
teaching.
wanted to be in that field.
Yeah, I had a passion for teaching. I did, just teaching people new things or teaching things, and yeah, I knew that. So.
Did any courses you take in high school like shape your decision?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, that visual communications was key. Knowing that I loved that field, and knowing that I wanted to be in the education field. My only regret is not being a shop teacher, but that's okay. God put me here for a reason, and I'm in this situation for a reason, and I'll accept that role, and I enjoy it. So I love what I do, and like I said, my guidance counselor, I wish he would have directed me, hey, why don't you be a shop teacher instead of, it also had to do with some other factors in regard to, I got some letters from wrestling coaches to come wrestle here, wrestle there, and one of them wasn't Cal U where you could get a shop teacher's degree, so I guess that kind of precluded me from going to Cal U to become a shop teacher, so.
Oh, you as well.
Classes. I can't think of a particular class that maybe nudged me in that direction. I did take a psychology class in high school, but I think high school classes in general just help prepare me for college, right? All of the writing you have to do, the time management, the critical thinking, all of those transferable skills, really helped prepare me for college in general.
Like being a educator, do you think Smart Futures is preparing kids for the future after high school?
I do.
I was going to say, if used appropriately, yes. Yeah. If you're using it with integrity, you're using it, the way it's meant to be used, absolutely. It's a great tool, a great way to explore. You can see the careers out there. You can see what you have to do to get prepared for it, where you could work, how much money you can make. I mean, it'll dive as deep as you want it to dive into what you can do after high school.
I look at Smart Futures like an iceberg. You see the surface. Right. And if you just want to look at the surface, that's fine. Oftentimes, the heaviest part, the biggest bulk of it, is underneath the surface. So if you start digging into Smart Futures, if you utilize it, just like Mrs. Bella said, it can work for you. Right. I think but it's just the tip of the iceberg. It is how much do you want it to work for you? Right. I wish it was around whenever I was in school. It would have definitely helped. It at least opens some exploratory avenues to get you thinking. I think that's the biggest thing. Just to get a kid thinking. Just get
them on that mindset, being like, yeah, I can do this.
That's it.
Your options are open.
Yeah, I don't I personally don't want to see a student here majoring in science, majoring in history, majoring in math.
Yeah.
Just get a good foundation, get a good level of what you need to, just like Mrs. Bellis had said, use the skills that you gain here to transition and use that Smart Futures as an exploratory tool to dig deeper.
Right.
So I definitely think it's probably underutilized by most students. You know, we have them do the bare minimum with some of the things we do. It's definitely could be utilized deeper.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of students here at AHS that like they feel the Smart Futures are a chore. What would you say to people who are like, oh, I don't want to do Smart Future. I feel like they're just like useless, like waste of time. What would you say to students like that?
I get it. I understand. You're being asked to explore the future while you're more concerned about what's happening on TikTok, Instagram, and all those things. Well, if I could somehow, if I was smart enough, which I'm not, to create something on TikTok or Instagram that could help you explore futures and careers and do those things, you know, then we would. But currently, nobody's created anything like that yet. Right. You know, and it would be a free service, and our district likes free. You know,
Everything's free here.
So yeah, well, just
well, some things.
Some things are free. Yeah,
some things aren't.
Yeah. If we don't have to pay for them, we like that. You know,
I think everyone likes that. You know.
Yeah, but you also get what you pay for, Jesse, in life. Don't forget that. But you know, a lot of times, if we could get something like that, then I would say go with it. But yeah, I think a lot of people some students may consider that as just, I'll check that box and get the guidance counselors off my back. I'll check that box, you know.
What would you say to a student that's like, I don't want to do Smart Futures?
Yeah, I mean, really just echoing what you guys said. You get out of it what you put into it. Yeah. You know, if you take the time and complete it with integrity, and you know, go in there thinking this could be really helpful, then it will be. If you go in there thinking this is just something that I have to do, what's the sense? Right. You know, it's just checking a box, like we said. You're not going to get much out of it. Yeah. So it's a shame, because it really is an awesome tool. We did not have things like that when we were in school. You know, I remember doing, you know, some sort of test in my guidance counselor's office. There was one single computer, you know, in a little computer carrel, you know, and you just answered some questions and you got your results back weeks later, and it was very vague and, you know, kind of open. This could go as in depth as you want it to.
Yeah, I know you guys are both educators, but do you think like AHS has prepared students for just life after high school, let's say in college, workforce, anything they need to go into? Do you think AHS has like properly prepared students for that?
Mrs. Bellis, I'll let you go first.
I do. I think our staff does a really nice job with setting expectations and challenging our students, but a lot of the preparation falls on our students themselves, you know, so we can only do so much. It's really about the students, you know, taking the lead and deciding where they want to go.
Right. I would have to agree with Mrs. Bellis on that. I have the same sentiments. I feel that the programs, the schooling, the education that we provide students here at Armstrong can prepare you if you're open and willing to accept those preparations. In the same token, if you aren't, you can very easily move on with life, and you could flounder or eventually wake up and succeed.
Right. So
I do feel strongly that we do have very good preparatory programs here. Our academics are on par, without question. It comes down to the individual.
Yeah,
you know,
it takes that student to like take that narrative and just be like, I want to do this, I want to go towards that.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Jesse.
Do you guys think there's anything that could be added to like the Armstrong curriculum that could be like, oh, this can help students more than Smart Futures or the classes that we provide? Is there anything else you need to put in there that could be like, yeah, that'll help a student get ready?
I can't think of a specific course, you know, that we don't already have. We have so many. Right. I would encourage our students and our families to explore our course description book, which we put out every year, and every year things might change a little slightly. We have a few new courses, underway for next year. But for students to thoughtfully, pick their classes, I think is really the direction where kids should go. Instead of adding more, I think we need to utilize what we have.
Right. So me being a student that I want to go into teaching, what advice would you give to me or other students that would be interested in going to that field?
One of the biggest pieces of advice is, if you want to be a teacher, I can tell you this. I was sitting in 11th grade, maybe 12th grade. I had Colleen Lobby, Mrs. Lobby. She was my history teacher. One of the reasons why I became a history teacher.
Right.
And I said, boy, this looks easy, Mrs. Lobby. And she looked at me, and I don't know, she was 5'4", maybe, very petite woman. And I said, this looks easy, Mrs. Lobby. And she said, really? Okay. She went and sat down in the classroom and said, give it a shot. Oh. And I thought, I can do this. So I walked up in front of the class, and I tried my best to try to teach. It's not as easy as it looks. Oh. So my point being is, the best thing to do for any occupation, whether it's teaching, whether it's going to be an architect, a physician, anything in the medical field, any field at all, explore it and job shadow it. Right. Not just once, not just twice. Get several different points of view, because my point of view on education may be different than Mr. Swanson's point of view, than our English department's point of view, than our math department. And take everybody's point of view with a grain of salt. Get someone who's been there for 30 years. Get someone who's been there for 10 years, 20 years. Get a teacher who's just been here for maybe 5 years. Right, get everybody's perspective. And take it with a grain of salt. Everybody's seen things that are different. And again, that's the same with education, with engineering, the medical field. It doesn't matter. That job shadowing is critical.
So that can help a lot, just being there.
Absolutely.
A lot of people I feel like are visual learners nowadays. And it's not so much like look at a book, read the pages. Yeah. Like I feel like it's a lot easier and like motivates students to be like, yeah, I want to go there and watch it so I know what I'm getting myself into.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that like gets pushed behind closed doors about careers.
Absolutely.
And it's hard to like go there and be like, so this is the actual job. This isn't like whatever my phone tells me is like, oh, it's a mechanic. It's a fun, easy job. Like, but all the schooling and all the extra stuff you have to go into and all of the expenses that go behind like closed doors that no one really talks about.
Absolutely.
I just feel like that's right. Is there any like advice you'd give to students here as AHS to be like, okay, so here's your final goal?
Yeah, I would say explore early and often. We take our students as young as 8th grade to Lenape Tech to start thinking about, life after high school and, utilizing your smart futures like we've talked about this whole episode, meeting with your school counselors. We are a great resource, so come see us. A lot of exploration.
Thank you, Ms. Spellis and Mr. Zablocki, for joining us today to get a hawk's eye view on how AHS has prepared students for life after high school. Until next time, I'm Jesse Ice of AHS-TV. Keep on smiling.